Adeshimama yasama mu nyina adwuma makwa ba bio eba UTV ye kasebo etwato enebene. Medin de jakwa bena mene. Nana Ekua Kobi. Ye ne de kasebo no ebrem na ene ye kasebo de ebrem de bedi makotini bi ni se mampani Muhammad atudwo kyeremu se wone ye de ne makwa ama no ne koton eye exporters. Ene wo mo so a ekra na mafia ama no ne ba importers no. Mo bia ye mo hyehye no e for man Ghana ye cedi ene dollar no akansi wo mu no mo bia nsoro kro behwe amobia ho ato no.
Na womo de nyoma kwa mo ne ene womo kohyia wo mampani na womo de womo haw ato nanim
na womo de ho ne to nanim wieye no so na nsema hodo bi wo ho an se etumi di ho nkomo kakra and say special prosecutor e de to dwa kyeremu se owura kanfuleta hu na kyene mame wo de ato no so na afa no achi so mampani na nado kyere se ukọ oman Ghana yabakose mu a kwasafoma ye to so nan yi no waye ka kwanche obia na santema ntem no ka kwan wadwiregu ho no obia ntumi nye bi ene ye bedi nko abisa sa anye bia etisen
areho sema esi 3 June no ene na eyeda etoso se 10 years ane na mabunu akasa womo sre se mpanifo mfa womo na ensifom se ne be ya sa asemia esi ebi ensibio
June 3 nsemu ne me shata de tuntumi sanse mfie duni ikojina mu bi na de ehunu ye ene de si ye no ye bon pai say never again ye se kasabona se na mampede John Dramani Mahama ene womo a ekrania mafia ma no ne ba na woni e de ko Ekua Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters ACI na womukase mu na kyese sisi omusu se bebia sidi ne kono na amadola no eya hwe ase na hwe be ha omo adwene sanso omo na de nema ekwa monone na mampedi ka chawo so bo munsuru wadwene omo ho pa no kwan bi obefa so se ne be ya omo adwuma ebekwa ni nro nyamfa so na oman Ghana nso yesu entumi di yie no na aba ne be ye se ne be ya dollar ne sidi no enfo hawo emrubia.
Happily, the economy is responding quite positively to the budget, and you can see it in the appreciation of the cedi, the reduction in the deficit, and general macroeconomic stability, return of investor confidence, and all that. And so I can assure you that in managing the economy together with the Minister of Finance, the Governor of the Bank, you can count on us to make sure that we manage the economy properly. Because if we don't, it affects your businesses. When the economy goes out of gear, it affects your businesses directly. And so I can assure you that we will continue to prudently manage the economy so that you have a predictable environment in which you can make investments, knowing that your return on investments would keep your businesses going. The recent appreciation in the value of the cedi is one that we have kept watching as the cedi started to strengthen and the dollar depreciated. With our A-level economics, we all know that it's a balance between imports and exports. What it means is that it makes your imports cheaper and your exports more expensive. And so there must be a fair balance to try and achieve the true value of the cedi. Some people say, oh, it will come down to 4. But of course, we know the true value of the cedi is not 4. And if it went as far down as 4, it will kill all your export businesses. And so myself, the governor, and the finance minister met and discussed it. And they think that the real value of the cedi is anywhere between 10 and 12. Luckily, the Forex auction has brought it to just above 10, and it appears to have stabilized there. So I think that going forward, anything between 10, 11, and 12 as a band where the cedi operates will be a fair value, both to encourage our exports, but at the same time not make imports so cheap that importers will flood our markets with toothpicks and biscuits and coconut and all those kinds of things. And so it's a challenge to our exporters to take advantage of the cedi's appreciation, because then the advantage you also have is raw materials can be cheaper, fuel has gone down, so transporting your products and all that will be cheaper. Port charges will go down, and so it has incentives for you. And at the same time, it has incentives for importers. But I'm asking the importers not to take advantage of it and flood us with all the, Nkatia burger and things that they bring from other countries. Let's try on the import side to import substitutes and produce as many of the products that we bring from outside. Let's produce them here. And at the same time, let's produce more products that people demand outside so that we have a better balance in terms of our economic growth.
Na Federation of Association of Ghanaian Importers, womu kopie o mampeni akache no, eno womu di o mama ni hunu, eniyama eha womu etu nenim.
First calls for accelerated progress on eliminating non-tariff barriers like frustrating custom procedures at border points and harmonizing standards. We need strategic investment in logistics infrastructure like intra-Africa highway, reliable shipping lines, and payment systems that facilitate intra-African trade. We know the Bank of Ghana is working on seamless payments across Africa with the next-gen digital payment infrastructure DPI project. We urge Your Excellency to provide all the necessary support to accelerate this. Your Excellency, our upcoming Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025, scheduled for June 11 to 13, which you have been invited as a special guest and to deliver the keynote address, operates under the theme, Innovate, Transform, Sustain, Driving Growth in Ghana's Horticulture Sector. This expo represents more than just an event. It is a declaration of our collective ambition for Ghana's horticulture sector and our commitment to positioning Ghana as a leading horticulture hub in Africa. The expo will serve as a platform to rally the sub-region and all of Africa around meaningful trade engagement, creating a marketplace that connects Africa producers and buyers while showcasing Ghana's agricultural excellence to the world. Events of this magnitude and the transformation
yetu ekasebo no so na ye ko Bank of Ghana mpanyifo nso eho na mpanyifo a ewo Bank of Ghana da tudwe chirem so mutu na monse na be betumi aboa ama o mesi kasemo tumi gina pinti na governor Edinburgh Bank of Ghana Dr. Johnson Esiama ekasai na wo chirem a anama hodo wo mutu nyina no mutu se na be Ghana fo ebutu yahehan yen edu bebi okoyi sika o bank ya na ya bo charge bia yetetewa amfaso bia ni so no nti wo beyi sika no bewie no na charges hunu bia na eye firi so wo se saa de ni nyina no na ba na ehwe na se Bank of Ghana ehwe mo ni nyina de fi wo se na be ya wo sika koto bank ya saa tete ho tubo nketenkete no ni nyina to betwa.
We are currently finalizing comprehensive digital lending guidelines which will be issued hopefully by August this year. And this also is an urgent and necessary intervention that the bank has to make. Today, colleagues, there are too many Ghanaians, especially young people and informal workers, that are being lured by online lending platforms that make bold promises, often only to turn around and trap them in cycles of hidden fees, harassments, or even worse. We have received reports of individuals being threatened, in some cases, individuals being shamed, or individuals being scammed, all under the guise of accessing what they call quick loans. We cannot allow this to continue, and so we want to put an end to this. The upcoming guidelines, which will be released soon, will bring clear, enforceable standards to both bank-led and non-bank digital lending models. The guidelines will set rules around, for example, licensing and authorization, but also disclosure and interest rate transparency, issues about data protection and customer privacy, and finally, ethical recovery and collection practices. Our goal in this is twofold. We want to protect borrowers especially the most vulnerable, from exploitation. And secondly, we want to enable responsible, well-regulated digital lenders to be able to thrive. If your institution, colleagues, is active in digital lending, whether directly or through third parties, colleagues, now is the time to review your models and prepare for compliance. Let us work together to build a digital lending space, a space that serves people with dignity, a space that serves people with fairness, and a space that serves people with integrity.
Sir, I have 4 Bekaya, June, died or so, me and son, a year 2015, and now I who be a seer. Now I who me a bin seed that. Ensure to na ensure tone muna eja asatum. Esi was circle, na yare who me pa. Nipa do na for a moon ashre wo munkwa. Ebi mo nso eho to chema kakra. Ene wo hwe bia. Untumi hwe. Ayare ho sem. Ene ye ne nipa do na di nkomo e wo UTV afidie so. Awo hwe sene e ha wa nkofo ko mu a na nya sempa kra. Na no ene nam so ama enei. Youth in Climate Action, womo any AMA, woma kan boom. Womo say sa eye ejahihie a esi ye ma nipa hwere womo nkwa na ebi mo nso womo ho to chema na ene ye bi kurant mi nya adwuma se wo bi amoa na wo kwae nko enu nti no womo sere so womo ye nhyehyeye se ne ebe ye asade ebi nsi e wo my Ghana ebio.
10 years back, we experienced an incident at Circle, the twin disaster, where there was flooding all over the place, and as a result of the flooding and the fuel leakage from a filling station, lives were lost and property were destroyed. I think 10 years from now, we have learned a lot of lessons, and the city of Accra, AMA, has also put in several measures together with our sister municipality, Crawley Clote. And you can see that that incident since 10 years now has not reoccurred. However, we thought we have to commemorate the event and urge policymakers create awareness on the issue, and also to educate the younger ones that are coming on the need to take action when it comes to waste disposals, especially with plastics. Okay, so I think at this moment we have to show appreciation and recognize what the Bloomberg philanthropists have done for us here at AMA. They have given grants to 20 youth-led groups to undertake initiatives and various projects to tackle climate change. One of such youth group is the Climate Youth Advocates Network, who organized the summit today here. And as part of the activities, they will be doing a number of activities within Accra. There will be several engagements within schools, churches, marketplaces, unit committee members. They are going to engage them to educate them on the urgency and the need for us all to go with a source separation of waste, whereby we are not going to lump all the waste together in one bin going forward. AMA is rolling up, we are reviewing the bylaws to make sure that refuse are not lumped together in one bin, but we source separate the waste.
Accra itself is supposed to be a low-lying area, meaning water flows from upstream to Accra, making it a place that is prone to flooding. So basically, when there is congestion, it makes flow of water very difficult. That is the more reason why the decongestion exercise is going on. It's been linked up with education, because one of the major things in trying to drive the decongestion in the city is to educate the people in trying to make them understand the reason why we are where we are. So yes, education is very important in this exercise. We are also trying to pick up draining of the secondary drains and then primary drains. So the dredging of these things is also helping to curb the situation of June 3rd disaster from happening again. It has got nothing to do with policies. It has to do with people failing to comply with what the law says. So by the understanding of the EMA, we feel we should give proper education for people who are now coming up. Once they inculcate it in their habits, it makes it a routine for them. So instead of enforcing it because it's supposed to be enforced. They are going to do it because it is something that has been part of them through education. That is why we are involving the youth mainly in this drive to ensure that this climate change action is something that we will inculcate in them in the future.
Empire yebon sesa ayro husemi ebi enkonkwisi ewo omanga na mu bio esanse ye mu binum te se mi amiti hei na me ohobi me no de course na ka se be ka ho asamo a ye nkan wi da enti se de t-shirt ne slogan na wo ka ho se never again no ye bon pai se sa never again no ebebe mu ampa ye nkoye ne ma bia ede sasem be sensi bio na ebeka wasem akire ebetu akasebo no so na yakọ omensa na hene oninyanfo ato force na kasa na nikasa mu ndoda tudwa ekire mu se enma shebedwafo se ene Ghana fo nyina tumi to na mobi se na be betumi aboa na yenkane ho nsam nheda nkoyi no ye betumi ahwe na yesiesie no ntiati sane se abandada aye enkane ndc aban no omo de ehihye bi bae levy bi bae betumi aboa ma eka ye de efa nyina mahode betumi twa ne kakran eye energy sector levy no na so abandada no bae ye mampena na do aban bae no sa levy no omo bogui ko disika no edisika no kokoje busia bi a eye bibia na eye bibia ohobi nti ne etumi ntwa se de se etumi tua no no che se no omo de se to no ba one person so one cedi bia amanfo ntutu ase na be betumi aboa ama eka emne efa nyina mahode won sam ne titru ye light nsam no ye betumi ni nyina e de free ho.
To help raise additional revenue to fund the needs in the power sector, government is proposing an increase in Eskom price of petrol, diesel and related products. The impact will be absorbed by the gains made from the strong performance of the Ghana cedis. The Speaker, I repeat, the impact will be absorbed by the gains made from the strong performance of the Ghana cedis. And this will mean that consumers will not have to pay extra for the price of petrol and diesel beginning today. Right, Honorable Speaker, our simulations suggest that there will be no increase in the Eskom price of petrol and diesel in the next window beginning today if the levy is imposed. This is because of a strong Ghana cedi. Right, Honorable Speaker, the levy will serve as a dedicated source of funding to the power sector, and the proceeds will be earmarked for the procurement of essential fuel for power generation. The Speaker, this will ensure that Ghana enjoys stable electricity.
What is before us is the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill, and basically it is saying that Ghanaians should give one Ghana cedi each when they buy a liter of fuel so that we can end doom so. That's all. One cedis. All of us should contribute 1 cedi. Just 1 cedi per. So that